Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out The Long Dark by developer Hinterland Studio. This is an early alpha build and one that's going to allow us access to check out the sandbox mode of this beautiful stylized first-person survival simulator. So we're going to be wandering around in the upper northern Canadian wilderness, trying our best to just stay alive for as long as possible, and that's actually literally like the game tracks your minute-to-minute survival status. So that is, I guess, the high score we're going to go for, and there's a little bit of unpredictability to things, but we're going to give it our best shot, and I'll play through a little bit. We'll kind of go over the ins and outs. I'm very, very happy with this game. I honestly, when I tried it at first, it didn't quite click. I think I had like a bad spawn position and kind of an unfavorable set of events. Second time I played it, absolutely great. It was freaking unnerving, it was unsettling, it was creepy, it was atmospheric, it was beautiful. All the things you want to see in a survival game. So I think there's a lot of really positive things in The Long Dark. So why don't we try looking at the options real quick so you can see what's in here in case you're interested in that information. So we've got sliders for all sound, music, voice, all separate sliders. Always nice to see. Got resolution settings, we've got quality settings, screen mode, windowed, or full screen. No borderless window, unfortunately, here. Units can be metric or imperial. Clock type can be 12-hour, 24-hour. Just personal preference, honestly. And vertical sync, in this case, we're going to leave on, I suppose. It was defaulted on, I believe. And HUD, we've got debug, normal, or disabled. So if you want the true survival simulation, experience, I guess, you could just disable the whole HUD entirely. And then there's even an FOV slider. I honestly think TB has done a great job in instilling the belief that FOV sliders are necessary, so thank you, TB, for that. Controls, we've got a sensitivity setting here, a big old slider for that. We've got run, which is toggle or hold. I actually prefer hold. Well, you don't want to tire out your dude anyway, or lady, of course. And then we can do full key bindings, which are always good to see. So, not too much here that's worth really getting into as far as key bindings. It's fairly self-explanatory. When I got into things, I didn't actually even need to look at this yet. I guess holster would be the one that I didn't realize. Holster and reload, because I never actually found a gun in any of my time playing the game. Anyway, that's enough about this. Story mode is not a thing yet, so don't worry about that. But we can do some sandbox, and we can choose between a male or a female character. Doesn't really matter as far as I can tell. Maybe they start out with slightly different equipment, but it also might be somewhat randomized anyway. Or it might be completely standardized. I actually haven't paid enough attention yet. I've been sort of just engrossed in just taking in the whole thing. I haven't really broken down the minutiae yet. Okay, so we've got Mystery Lake or coming soon, so Mystery Lake it is. Here we go. We've loaded in a world, or we've loaded in our position on the world, I suppose. I don't believe it's randomized. You just start in a different position at a different time with different weather elements and such, so it does actually frame up a pretty interesting experience. So let's see what we've got here. So first thing, I want to just take a quick look outside. This is Alan's Cave. Oh, okay, this is one of the positions that I actually spawned at prior, so I actually think I know where I need to go to be okay. I did spawn in a sort of unfavorable weather setup, and what's this on the ground over here? Oh, dead deer, I guess. Ravaged deer carcass frozen. Yeah, we don't have that. Okay, so here's the first thing you want to do when you start up a game in The Long Dark. You want to go to your survival tab, and you want to see what your position or your condition is. So we've got fatigue, fairly low, cold, fairly low, hunger, almost like a third of the way up, and thirst is quite low. So we're burning 161 calories per hour out of a calorie store of about 2,000, and it is 4:33 p.m., so we've got a few hours, and that's a little bad. So there's coyotes, or wolves, as it were, that are going to be around stalking us from time to time, and if we don't have any weapons, we're in a completely vulnerable state. And in this case, we don't. I should probably look through my gear here just to see what we've got. Accelerant for building a fire, antibiotics, antiseptic bandages, multiple bandages. We've got what we're wearing, a bedroll. We've got a flare. That's good to know if it gets too dark. Jeans, tinder plug for building a fire. 12 wood matches, and some socks. Okay, so we're pretty much not doing too well in terms of gear. In this case, at least I have a good idea where I think we want to go to try and replenish some of that gear. So what we want to do in this case, generally, would be to get some high ground, find where we are in the scheme of things, and try and just find a way to get to at least some shelter. And I know we started... Oh, that was a bad idea. I accidentally fell off of that. I really shouldn't have done that. But yeah, we want to just try and stay as safe as possible, avoiding, obviously, anything that's trying to kill us, and also trying not to fall off of things. And we want to get to a position of warmth and security by the time the sun gets down. And so we've got a few hours still left to do that. Time passes fairly quickly, but not so quickly that I don't think we'll make it in time. So in this case, what I did was I followed the frozen river to the lake, which is where, you know, in the northern Canadian wilderness, I suppose, well, if you get very lucky, this is not always going to be the case, but there are little shacks set up for ice fishing, and then a little camping area with a bunch of cabins, so oh, that's bad news. We've got an animal chasing a deer right there, so we're going to try and, like, give that a wide berth, and I'm running at the moment, although it probably doesn't look like it. I just really don't want to get into trouble with them. None of these fishing cabins have doors on them as far as I know, so... Or maybe they do? Maybe just the one I saw last time didn't. Oh, geez, they're coming right for me. Okay, please be distracted. I don't know if... Okay, just kill a deer or something, or don't, and run in the other direction. Beautiful. So at any moment, it could get overcast and start freaking blizzarding on me, which could be a real problem. There's a big old cabin over there. I think I might go in that direction, actually. But you can see, lots and lots of safety all around. So I'm going to just try and grab some gear here if there's anything available. We'll search this cupboard. Oh, pork and beans, always a good find. We'll definitely need to replenish some calories very soon. And drawer is empty. And drawer is... Oh, wool socks. Well, I've got some of those. Maybe I can use them for another purpose other than on my feet. I'm not sure. Maybe you could use them to sort of act like a makeshift bandage or something, or a bandana. Who knows? But really, really cool art style in this game, I have to say. In the middle of the day, it looks a little bit washed out and drab at times, but at night, it really comes alive, and things just start to get kind of eerie and really just pretty and detailed in a way that I'm not really sure I've seen before. It's a stylized experience for sure. They're not going for hyper-naturalism or anything like that, so don't get the wrong impression. But if you're in it for an art style like this, where you can actually kind of take in the sights and it sort of looks a bit more like a painting from time to time, I think you'll have a good time. Not to mention, things are very unpredictable in this game, and you might go from having a fantastic run like I was having just prior to me starting up this recording to getting eaten by a wolf in like 1 second. I thought everything was fine. I slept through a night that was a little bit difficult, and I woke up, I was geared up to go, I was going to go find some more stuff, and immediately walked out, and there was a wolf just standing there and freaking just bit me to death. That was all I had. I had no weapon. I was just basically stuck on the ground until the wolf caused me to bleed to death, and yeah, that was the end of that. Alright, so we found the camp office. This should be stocked with lots of good, useful supplies.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Plenty of room in my backpack, so I'm just going to take everything I can, and in the event that I need to drop some stuff, I will drop it at that point. As you can imagine, most of these are geared towards fire and getting lanterns going and things like that. We'll get a lantern in just a second. Some newsprint can be used as tinder. I want to see if some of these items are the same every time. I don't think so. I'm really not sure to what degree... Oh, cargo pants in the desk drawer. That's unexpected. Yeah, I'm not sure to what degree things are randomized in this, and I guess that will make kind of a big difference in terms of overall gameplay, but for now, everything is relatively new to me. I just happened to get lucky in that I spawned in a place that I mostly knew where I was. But the areas seem remarkably vast. I don't think you'll have any problem getting lost or anything like that, if that's what you're into. Oh, can opener. We need that for the pork and beans, of course. Candy bar. Storm lantern. Very important thing to find. Now, that was in the same position last time I came to this office, but I don't believe some of the other items were. So maybe that's like a key point item, and we just leave that where it is.
Use this.
Grape soda. Okay. And that's it for that. Okay, we'll keep walking. Now, telling thing will be what happens when I go upstairs, because... Alright, there's still a dead dude here. That was a little shocking to me when I found him last time. He has a Summit soda. Granola bar. I would be a little bit skeptical about eating some food on a dead body, but then again, I guess it was kind of frozen and preserved, I suppose. Do we have a... Air temp is -1 Celsius, wind chill 0. Alright, that's good to know at least, like, it's kind of good to get a sense of placement in the environment about what exactly your character's feeling, and the game is pretty good at giving you feedback on that.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Oh, winter coat, that's great news. All right, and a down vest. All right, that's really good for us. When the character is thirsty, he'll tell you he's thirsty. When the character is hungry, he'll tell you he's hungry. And there's actually little notifications that'll pop up that say you're feeling colder, you're feeling warmer, things like that. So you get a good idea for where you're at, hopefully, from time to time. I mean, you don't need to be on top of it 100% of the time, but it is good to have, like, a few key points of interest about whether or not your character's dying. So, yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go. So what we're going to do now is take stock of what our new inventory is. And let's see how many of these things we can wear. Can we get this down vest on? So we get a warmth bonus and a windproof bonus. That's good. Condition is fairly good. One thing that I have a little bit of a qualm with or quandary with is, is the fact that, like, kind of metalish objects tend to break really quickly. And I know this is just a video game thing, but, like, if you use a can opener on a can of pork and beans once, it's not going to take, like, 10% condition damage. But, I don't know, I balance back and forth about, like, how much you really need to deal with that stuff. Oh, jeans is, or cargo pants or jeans warmer. Warmth bonus is higher with this, so I guess jeans are better. And then I put it on, it says colder. Wait, warmth bonus is just higher. Oh, I guess it's based on 0 instead of based on each other. So I guess that would be another point of contention. Maybe have that premium winter coat. It's premium, guys. All right, let's put it on. It's better than the down vest, I would think. Yeah, it looks better. And what's the condition on that sucker? Condition is 30%. So I don't know yet quite how that's going to factor into things, but it is good to know, at least take note of where we are condition-wise with stuff. I really, really enjoy this game. Like, I've been looking for a good survival-type game to play, and I really do enjoy, you know, survivalist, outdoorsy, naturey stuff, and this feels like it's got all the right stuff in mind. It's got the level of detail that I'm looking for, and also the art style that's really pretty. Can we get... Yeah, let's get a fire going for a little bit and just warm up. I should probably have checked on my status beforehand. Let's just see if I even should. Hunger, cold... I mean, I'm actually pretty good in terms of my ability to cope with the environment, but just for the sake of showing you that we can do it, let's start a fire. I don't anticipate this is going to be a particularly long experience right now, just because, well, I don't want to show off too much of the game, because I definitely want you to go grab this yourself if you can. But also, you know, I just want to keep the video at a reasonable length. And I'm thinking this could definitely be some Let's Play material, personally. That's just me, though. You guys can weigh in on what you think about that. So we'll just sit by the fire for a moment. I can crouch down, get as warm as possible, open up our survival tab, and let's eat some food. My cold is doing fine, but, you know, I guess we could get a little bit more caloric intake going. We could have our pork and beans then, or a candy bar, I suppose, but I imagine... So what's the difference in condition for a candy bar 43 versus 96? Is this candy bar going to provide me with less nutrients? I don't know, let's eat it and see. I still get 200 calories out of it, so I think things are probably fine. And then that actually doesn't sate our hunger very much because it's a candy bar, I suppose. So you want to have, like, more of a meal-oriented type thing, so probably not grape soda at this point. We could smash the pork and beans, or we could eat them. I guess if you don't have a can opener, you would hit it with a rock or something and probably lose quite a bit in terms of nutrients from it. And so our can opener took a bit of a durability penalty there, which, you know, like I mentioned, not sure about how reasonable that is or what. What time is it now? It's 6:32 p.m. It's just going to be getting dark enough that this is like a kind of an awkward transition time. I mean, I would like to keep exploring, but once it gets dark, that seems like a really bad idea, considering there's freaking wolves out everywhere. I don't really want to get involved with trying to fight something off with my bare hands, especially since I have basically no chance at actually doing that. Is there anything secretive over here in this nook? No, it doesn't seem like it. I wasn't necessarily exploring everything to the greatest degree when I was running through here before. I did check this, right? Yeah, I did. Oh, I guess I can actually store stuff in there too, which is good to know. I get a bit of a Fallout 3 vibe from some of this stuff, so it's kind of neat. Like, there was always a thing about Fallout with me, like, I really wanted to hoard all the items, and when you have a survivalist mentality, that actually comes into play pretty heavily as well. Let's put up my lantern, because I just keep forgetting that I even have that. 35%. Let's refuel it. Oh, I don't have any kerosene. I thought I got fluid, but I guess that was accelerant. And I don't necessarily have to use this for long, but I just wanted to show you that, you know, lighting effects, they're a thing. And they're actually usually dynamic too. Like when you get in the middle of the night, I can show you what that looks like. Let's just go to bed until it gets to be quite dark. So we'll go to sleep until 11:48. We're going to have like a lot of hours of rest after this whole experience, which probably is going to burn calories more than actually help us in this case. I don't think our character's really dying for relief from that. Okay, so it is completely pitch black. Like, I can't see a single thing. Oh, apparently I went in front of the stove. No, I think that's a flare. Okay, we're just gonna use... Oh, I let it burn the whole night? I'm the worst of all time. Okay, well, there's your first mistake. Don't leave your lantern on and go to bed. I could have just as easily put that out. I assumed he did that automatically when I went to sleep, so that's a big problem. Instead, we're gonna light a flare. And pardon the flickeriness of the flare, but I just wanted to show you the fact that there are some nice lighting effects and things look pretty. I guess we could just go outside and see what night looks like while I still have this flare for a minute. I know I just said that was like a really bad idea, and it is, but I'm more interested in demoing some of the features of this for a moment or two. If I was trying to be particularly proactive, I guess I could try and make my way over to a few of those camping huts and just take a look and see if there's any other stuff I could scavenge from them. When it gets to be completely night, like, it is pitch black, you can't see a single thing. The only thing you can do is just, like, look to the sky to guide you and then hope that you can catch a glimpse of some trees off in the distance that could maybe guide you in the direction of something useful. You'll also want to try and pay attention to your senses, too. Like, if you hear anything stereo positionally, you want to kind of be attuned to that. And having a flare buzzing right next to your head definitely does you a disservice in your ability to be able to pay attention. Oh, God! That's gonna be the end of me. Alright, I'm right mouse bumpering. I got the wolf. Okay, I'm at risk for an infected wound. That actually scared me a lot. Where there's one, there's usually multiple, so... I want to see if I can, like, scavenge anything. No, is it just gone now? I've gotten myself all turned around as well. What are these freaking wolves doing running around on top of a frozen lake? This is a position for scavengers, not you. Well, I guess you're scavenging. What can I do about my wound? I should probably put a bandage on, maybe some antiseptic. Let's do that. Applying antiseptic, and let's see if that makes my little medical notifier go away. It made me warmer, apparently. Colder, and applying bandage. Okay. Our wounds have been dressed. Things are going about as well as I could have hoped, having just been attacked by a wolf. And it looks like I am headed back to my safe zone. Unintentionally, honestly. I didn't mean to go back if that's what I'm doing, but I am. I wish I could find some kind of a weapon, maybe, or at least like a bludgeon or some kind of club. This is the camp office, right? Yeah, I got myself really turned around there. I'm having a hard time believing that there's, much useful for me to do out here beyond now that I've shown off what it's like to get attacked. So I think I'm just going to go back up and sleep the night away. Real downer seeing that guy there everywhere. Can I put the torch in the flare in the stove? That would be kind of neat. I don't think so, actually. Yeah. Alright, let's just plop it down on the ground. There we go. Another thing you can do, too, is if you really are interested, if your light is still going, the lantern, I mean, you can actually just place that anywhere in the room, and it'll actually create dynamic lights based on where you put it, which is just a really nice effect and gives you a nice feeling of, position. Let's sleep until, I don't know, 6, 7 o'clock seems like a good idea. Sunrise, I don't know what sunrise is right now, but just want there to be some light so I could see the wolves coming before they're right on top of me. I'm surprised that was really the only thing that it did, was just attack me for a second and then get bludgeoned away. I think when I was attacked the last time, I didn't actually realize that I could right mouse bumper or right mouse button on it to fend it off. I'm not sure why I didn't realize that. Maybe I was in a position where I was pinned down or something, but... Anyway, here we go. It is now... Oh, my God, already? You guys are everywhere. This one actually ran off. I like that. Maybe it's scared of me. Like, why can't I just take a tree branch off of one of these many, many trees and use it to beat stuff with if I had to? So we're gonna head off in this direction again. Plenty more things to search through. Oh, we're dehydrated. Oh, that's a big problem. I forgot to melt snow in the fire. Okay, so that's another thing we needed to do. When I had fire, I was supposed to grab some snow and put it in there and turn it into some water. And then hopefully I could find some purification tablets so I don't get some kind of dysentery or disease from drinking possibly contaminated water. I didn't do those things, though, so now I'm going to be kind of rolling on not all cylinders, which could eventually result in degradation of my immediate quality of life. I anticipate that will happen fairly quickly. Is this the one I already looted? It is. Okay, so we're going to head off in this direction. You'll see there's plenty more cabins. Let's see what we've got in this direction. Hopefully some water bottles. I've never seen them in the wild yet, but maybe they are naturally occurring in some areas in northern Canada. What do I know? I've never been too far up into northern Canada. Oh, that is a corpse. I thought that was like climbing gear. I found a can of sardines. Okay. Wood matches. Those are always good to find. Hopefully they weren't soaked. I didn't actually check. I'll just continue looting. Basic gloves. Always good. I don't know that I actually had gloves on, so maybe I should check that right now. Oh, no, I do actually have some gloves on. The condition of these new ones are slightly better, so I get a bit of a better bonus from that in my alliteratory pursuit. More pork and beans, always good. Thin wool sweater. Well, I still have inventory room. I don't think it slows me down to have almost full capacity inventory, so I may as well. And we'll just keep on running this direction. I don't know if running makes me dehydrated faster.
So dry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm working on it. Hearing the ice crackling under your feet is kind of disconcerting. Also, the fact that, like, I don't know if necessarily there might be an event built into this game where I just fall through the ice or something kind of makes me a little nervous as well. I mean, I'm not sure I've painted the proper picture of quite how unsettling this is when you feel like you don't have proper equipment and it's pitch black and there's wolves pursuing you and you maybe don't even have more than a match on you or, like, a really crappy light source. It's definitely very atmospheric and frightening. And the game does a good job at putting you in that spot more than most that I've ever seen. What is that sound? Did I just hear a bear? I really don't want to fight a bear. I can't do that. What is this? Quality winter coat. Condition's pretty good, okay. Had fancy buttons, that's got to stand for something. Anything else? This is a very barren cabin, apparently. Oh, another pork and beans. Yep, not much going on in here. Really can't use those for anything. I'm kind of wondering, too, like, what is your end goal other than just survive as long as possible in sandbox mode? And that very well may be the only goal. Oh, there's stuff here, and I didn't see it because it's very dark. Can I bet I light a match or something? Light a match, light a match. Where are the matches? Wood matches, there we go.
I could use this.
I sure could. Plastic container, let's see what's in here. Lots of water bottles. Oh, jeans. And that is all. Even the matches cast lighting. Alright, so I guess we'll go back outside and really hope that that wasn't actually a bear. And if it was, we'll hope that we can duck right into the next building and not have to fight it. Alright, another newspaper roll.
That'll come in handy.
For good kindling. Plenty of sleeping opportunities, but... Oh, a pry bar. Useful for opening locked containers. Oh, I like what that hints at, that there's actually some extra, like, areas you can't necessarily get into. The experience seems surprisingly deep. Like, they really did pay a lot of attention to detail, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to work into a story mode. Because I really do believe that with this art style, there is very high storytelling potential.
What have we here?
Work boots. What is my shoe situation, actually? That's a good question. Can I just go to tab and then... Is there one just for... I guess it would just be equipment, huh? Sort by type clothing. Certainly does help a little bit when you're dealing with a bunch of things. At first, it wasn't such a big deal. So, work boots. Cargo pants. Does it not
I need
list?
something to drink.
Oh,
Soon.
basic boots. Okay. Right, so I'll put these on. We really need to get the water situation sorted out. I may have to actually make myself sick just to be able to survive, but you worry, like, if you're gonna do that, you may end up, like, getting, you know, vomiting or diarrhea or something that's just gonna make you dehydrated again even faster. So it's not always the wisest investment, but sometimes it might be the only option you have. Like, is there no door on this cabin? They built the doors in, like, each direction. I think it's a little weird. What's in here? I'm really just hoping there's just gonna be, like,
needs this anymore.
a bottle of water in one of these, but I don't know. You would think that there'd be water in some of these, but I guess they've all been consumed or are frozen or something. Yeah, I don't really know what water's gonna do here. Even if I found it in a bottle, it would obviously be frozen, so then I would have to defrost it, which I'd be in about the same position anyway. Not much going on in this cabin. Oh, I thought that was a gun in the snow, but no, it was just some slightly obscured logs. Alright, so the weather has taken a turn for the worse. And all of a sudden, visibility not looking so good. Like, stuck on the ground here. Did I have enough stuff to start a fire again? I forgot what I've picked up, and there was probably... Is there not a stove in here? Seriously? What kind of cabin... Like, wouldn't you just be horribly miserable? I guess you would come here in the summer or something, but... I thought I saw one of them had a stove, right? Was it this one? Maybe I imagined it. That's a little frightening. Well, I do need one. The only other option then is head back for the main area, but, like, that's gonna be a bit of a trek. And I'm not entirely sure, well, which direction I need to head in. I do actually have a good idea, because water... Here's the dock, follow this, and it would be all the way straight ahead and to the left. I'm hoping with this terrible visibility that animals aren't necessarily going to be after me quite as much. Hopefully you can tell by the way that I'm doing commentary in this episode, I'm not being quite as critique-heavy because it's really good, and I'm just enjoying the experience, so it's really easy to get lost in. And that's really all you could ever ask for in a survival game, right? You get a pretty good premise, you get it done with, like, good amount of execution, good art style, and you just roll with it from there. And I feel quite content that I could easily sink, like, 100+ hours into this, provided there's enough to see and do, and that's, I guess, the test of time that we need to see if it bears. Because being in alpha, you know, there's not a lot necessarily that we can really claim is supposed to be finished right now, right? I mean, alpha is still working on implementing basic features and such, and we don't have a story mode to look at. We don't necessarily have...
I can't think straight.
Oh, that's not good. I can't think straight. We don't even have a basic prospectus on, like, what's missing and what still needs to be added. I mean, I guess we probably check out, like, developer blogs and stuff and see if they're talking about it, but, like, on a granular level, we're not 100% sure yet. So I've gone out onto the ice. I don't know quite how far along the bank I am now. The rocks are kind of nondescript looking, so it's not really good. Okay, I thought that was a wolf, but it was just a set of cattails frozen into the ice. Do we have salvation coming soon? Lake is pretty big. I am aware of that, so I'm pretty sure I still have to walk a little way yet. Is that the path that leads up? Ah, there it is. Okay. So you can see just how, like, having this ticking time bomb of being dehydrated plus low visibility definitely makes it creepy. Oh god, another wolf. Oh, it ran away. So I guess since I killed that one, maybe it, like, gets the point and it's not going to attack me as much. So I'm probably missing... Oh, I'm negative calories. That's bad news. Let's eat.
If I don't warm up soon.
Let's eat. No, we're still set to clothing. Food and drink. Energy bar, eat. Just a little bit of basic stuff. We're freezing. Do I have enough for this? Reclaimed. Yes. Okay, we can start a fire. That's great news. The thing is, though, when I make the water out of this, I think it's going to put the fire out. Well, I think you get the idea. I mean, I want to just continue on this story and just, like, finish out what's going on, but at the same time, I don't necessarily want to leave you without, you know, your ability to go off and make your own story. But I'm very excited by this game. I had no idea I would like it quite as much as I do. I'm very much looking forward to playing it more, and I could easily see spending a lot of time with it. So I'm not really sure what other endorsements I could give you, other than go check it out right now. You can go ahead and pre-order this and get the alpha version right now. There's going to be a link. I believe it's $20 on Steam for the standard version, and there's a director's cut version with extra stuff for $29.99. But I'll have links, like I said, so you can go check it out. See what other people are talking about, see for yourself, do what you gotta do, but I really like it. 2 thumbs up. This is definitely going on my recommended Steam curation list, which is a new thing, by the way. I have that now, so if you want to check out my other recommendations, I guess I'll put a link for that as well. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you leave a like on it. It helps me out a whole bunch to help spread the word about new indie games and weird artistic original ones as well. And I hope to see you back again tomorrow, since new episodes of Indie Impressions go up every single day. So I will see you then, and have a fantastic night. Talk to you later.